Well, hi, good morning everybody. This is Cliff from the Christian Tough Guy Show, coming right at you. Now today's title, The Tests of Business. You know, it's a subject which I am currently experiencing, and it is in association with the Christian Tough Guy Show, because this is when you call upon, as a Christian, you call upon your research, you call upon the Holy Spirit. Now, this morning I'm going to talk about freelance web designers. Google freelance web designers and you will see a whole raft of, in quotes, businesses claiming to be web design companies, when really it's just somebody working from their bedroom. Now, we the II crew, we have succumbed to this category of individuals, the freelance web designers. Basically, what has been going on and happening is a freelance web designer, their timescales very often will not fall in with an entrepreneur. This is where you will get conflict. Because an entrepreneur, in their very nature, they're like a raging lion, and they need things doing and done punctually and efficiently. I remember a guy coming to my home and looking at me square in the eyes and saying to me, "You are the entrepreneur. They aren't. You should be kicking some butt or kicking them out." Shortly after that, I watched a program on the TV. I won't mention what it was, but this particular woman, and it was a woman, said, and I quote, "If I have asked for a report to be on my desk 9 AM the next morning, and it isn't there on my desk like I've asked for, then there better be a pretty good reason why." Now that's not being a bully. That's realizing your position. It's understanding that somebody along the line is being paid money, your cash, out of your business account, your banking account, into their banking account. And if they ain't up to it, then they have to go. Or there has to be reasons. Sickness, illness is a pretty good reason, isn't it? Family problems is another good reason. I just can't do it, I'm out of my depth, is another good reason. But when it's not done through sheer laziness and or other, that's when, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we have to put our foot down. And we have to test. As a Christian businessman, it says in the Bible, we need to be as shrewd as serpents. Did not Jesus in the temple show anger and aggression, overturning all the tables? By today's standards, Jesus would have been up before the courts with aggravated affray. I'm not saying you go and do that, but what I'm saying is it's there in the scriptures. If people generally are not doing what they are supposed to be doing, then they should be pulled for it. And this is what the II crew has found, predominantly with freelance web designers. So what's the remedy here to get away from that poisonous, dilabating, destructive, grey area of business? You have 4 options, in my opinion. You put up with it and shut up. I say discretion is a better form of part of valour, right? Or you find another one. Or you go to an actual business, right, where that's what they do, web designing, marketing, etc., etc., etc. Do you get me? Not this piddly little freelance web designer that is masquerading as one sort of successful business, right? And it's just them operating from their bedroom. Yes, people have to start somewhere. But if your purse strings, if you can afford it, my advice is to step aside from the freelance web designer. Unless you know that web designer, unless you trust that web designer, and I mean implicitly trust, go to a recognised business, actual business that has not just 1 or 2 employees. Ask the web designer. If you're going to take on a freelance web designer, ask them, are you freelance? The answer would be yes, no, sorry, I don't understand. But then you have to explain to them what freelance is. Then ask them how many employees do they have. And then ask them, can you come and visit them and brief them face to face? Because that's what you need, okay, to escape this cesspit of freelance web designers. And the fourth one is you do it yourself. There is an open university course that you could do. It will cost you £5,000. It would take you several years to do. But you would be then so versed in web design, you wouldn't have to worry. There is another option that I think about, and that is you actually take on a web designer yourself within your own company structure. Freelance web designers, okay, they see the opportunity of exploitation. When you approach a freelance web designer and you give them instructions, they are then in a very powerful situation, because they can drag their heels with what they're supposed to be doing. You can then refuse to pay them, and they can then say, right, well, we'll take down all the work that we've done. And that is not the position you want to be in if you have an e-commerce shop. My advice is pick with extreme care a freelance web designer. If you can afford it, my advice would be to go to a fully functional business that you can visit, that's got business premises, okay, that can offer the whole package for you: marketing, PR, branding. Avoid at all costs freelance web designers. Hope you've learned something from this. This is Cliff from the Christian Tough Guy Show, and I'm out of it. Ciao. Take care of yourselves.